Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Marky Marks Terrell. I know I'm super early. No, I didn't pee my bed. It's very, very nasty here. It's the remains of a tropical storm coming through here. People in Jamaica are getting hit, and we're getting hit with pure rain and wind too. So, yeah. Here in Bermuda, we're getting beat up by wind and rain. So I'm trapped inside. I can't do anything. I just came from outside and took leaves out of the pool and took Diamond out for her walk so she can do her thing. She's all scared. It's like 40-mile-an-hour winds right now, and it's like raining on and off. Otherwise, it's all right. We're good. We're surviving. Good morning, daughter. Glad you're home safe and sound from your BBC interview. Glad all's good. Glad I didn't have to do any, threatening voice notes or anything. Of course, gotta make you laugh. You know, I talk shit all day, every day. It makes life easier, and I love to talk shit and be happy and laugh and have fun. Life's too short to be miserable, dumb, and stupid. Would never be that. It's like pouring rain here. Like really, really windy. The weather is so freaking shitty. It's so fucking annoying. Hey Tristan, how you doing, bro? All summer we had shitty weather because of the hurricanes and coming by and tropical storms. Now winter times here. Hurricane season ends at the end of this month, and this is like the let's hopefully this is the last like storm. No, it's not cold. Not that cold. It's like 60 something today, which is like let me see. I'll get the accurate reading here. Actually, it's the low is 67 and the high is 76, which is 24 Celsius. So it's not cold. It's cold inside my apartment because I have my AC on. I have to have my AC on because I can't have my windows and doors open because it's raining and windy. Like see up top here? That's the actual radar for Bermuda right now. And it's like constant rain over and over and over. Like it's a fucking nuisance. Oh yeah, you guys have the worst weather, yeah. Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. I know that England has bad weather because I watch English football every weekend, and sometimes they're playing football in the snow, and I'm like, these fucking people are crazy. It's an interesting thing. The tourist that I originally had a date planned with canceled, so I ended up going with somebody else. Oh, you got options, do you? Well, hey, when one person doesn't go, the other one does. You have to check your options. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, we have a lot of British people here. We're a British colony. British took over Bermuda, even though a Portuguese guy founded Bermuda. But this Bermuda is a British colony and has been for many years. A lot of British people here. I have tons of British friends here and really good people. Um, the governor is British. Like we're ruled by Britain. We're a British territory. Oh, well, that's good. 10 years older isn't that bad. Sometimes 10 years older is mature. You know, it's better. Like you said, very mature. And an older guy usually wants a younger woman anyway. So me, I don't care. Like to me, I'm 46, so if I have a 40-year-old woman, I wouldn't care. You know, you're the same around the same age, it's all good. But if I get like a 30 something year old woman, I still gotta worry. If she's 10 years younger than me, that means she still wants some D when I'm like 66 and on Viagra. She's 56 and still hungry for D, so she might be going somewhere else. I gotta worry about that shit. I'm just teasing though, by the way. I'm just talking shit. Not everybody's like that. Some women's sex drives are different. They don't care about sex all the time and shit like that. Or they feel insecure about their bodies at that age. So they leave the lights off. Oh, it depends on the person. Hey, as long as you had a good time, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? As long as you had a good time, it's nice to get out of the house, and do things and be with other people. Yeah, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Shit, I couldn't even tell you the last time I went on a date. I could care less. All right, that's good. That's good. Well, at least you got, to go do what you have to do, spend time by yourself, with other person, date, do whatever you got to do, have fun. Life's too short, and plus you're young, so you're good. I'm trying to remember the last time I went on a date. Yeah, it didn't go too well. Last time I went on a date, I went to. She thought we were going. I was actually breaking up with her on the last date because I couldn't take it anymore. So I picked her up, took her to this restaurant. She was all dressed up, and I looked like this. And she was like, "Oh, we're not going to the restaurant." I said, "No, I'm not paying for you to eat anymore, and I'm not paying for like this shit." "Oh, I'll pay for it." I said, "No, I'm not gonna have dinner with you no more. I don't even want you anymore. You're a fucking joke. You lie like mother. You lie like crazy." And she was there trying to defend herself, and I had like my old boss's van at the time, and I told her, "Look, I'm gonna drop you off him right outside in the road somewhere. I'm not even gonna enter your gate and get the fuck out." And she was crying the whole time. "Ah." I was like, "Look, you fucking lie too much. I ain't got no time for you no more." That was like the last physical date I had because I couldn't take it anymore. I can't take certain people. But I like going on dates. I used to do a lot of cool shit when I was on dates. I always try to make it spicy, make it different, try different things, go different places. Like to me, I like to go out in nature, like on a full moon night. Like I want to grab some chairs and go like, somewhere in a park and just sit off and talk and have fun and look at like the sky or some shit like that. But a lot of women don't want that. And you better take me to a restaurant. There's fucking bugs out here. There's like mosquitoes gonna bite me. Oh well, goodbye. Then if you're not a nature person and you don't like to be outside, get the fuck out of here. Then I don't want nothing to do with you. Some women have no sense of adventure and they just don't want to like go outside. Oh my god, it's bugs. It's gonna get in my hair. Oh my god, a mosquito landed on my fake eyelashes. Well then don't wear them, stupid. Yeah, it says B for Becca today. Hey, Age of Aquarius, how you doing? I like to go outside. I like to go to the beach. I like to because here in Bermuda we have tons of beaches and outdoor things. So I like to, if I'm dating somebody, I want to go to like, you don't have to go swimming, and you don't have to like think that I want to see you in a bikini or on our first date or something. No, I just want to walk along the beach and talk, sit on the sand, on the rock somewhere and just talk shit and have fun. Going into nature. It's not about going to dinner and lunch and fancy restaurants and bullshit like that. To me, that's not date. That's fucking trash. I like to go out into nature and do shit. Walk around, have fun, go on like nature walks and shit. But these women don't want that. A lot of them don't. They're like, I just got a shower. I'm gonna get too sweaty. I don't want one of those like, you know, um, women that are like, think that their shit don't stink and they can't go outside when it's hot. And they don't want to go on the beach because they're gonna get sand in their toes that they just got a manicure. Like I don't like women like that. I want a woman that doesn't mind getting dirty, doesn't mind like having sand on them from the beach. A woman that's gonna help me paint the wall or something. Like doesn't get mad if paint gets in her hair or something like that. Like I don't want no dramatic, stupid weirdo that it's like, oh my god, I got paint on me, but you paint your nails and your feet. All right, there, sweetheart, get cracking. Yeah, exactly. I like doing all that, walking on barefoot on the grass, going on the beach, on the sand. Letting the water run through your feet and yeah. I don't want no high maintenance type chick. I don't like that. That's not my style. I can't listen to that shit all day. I don't care for that high maintenance and no like nature walks and no nature adventures, or like you're gonna sit there and watch me like do work around the house and you're not gonna help, then there's no reason for us to be together. Like we should always do everything together. That's my opinion, and that's why I'm still single. Because a lot of these women, they don't want that. I'm not saying that none exist. Of course they exist, but they're either with somebody decent like me or they're doing their thing. I like a woman that wants to get her hands dirty, that is gonna go down on the ground and scrub a piece of tile or a floor, or help renovate a house or help me do things that you get dirty with. And you don't mind getting dirty, or you don't mind like doing a little bit of hard work like that. That's what shit you should be doing. You should help your husband, and your husband should help your wife, or your girlfriend boyfriend relationship should be helping each other. Especially if you're like, you got a house together, you're supposed to help each other. It's not supposed to be the man do everything all the time. And some people look at me like, oh, poor you. You'll never find a woman, because we're not supposed to do that. And that's why your relationship don't last, sweetheart, because that man's gonna get fed up with you and say, you know what? I deserve better. You ain't helping me by. That's why most people end up like that and then end up blaming the guy. You blame me. Yeah, exactly. And it's always been that way for me. That's why my relationships don't last. Because every time I ask for equality or ask for, you do your part, I do mine, it becomes a problem. It's like, no way, you're supposed to do everything. Oh, really? And I'm like, okay, well, if you want me to do everything, then we're not going to work. And they call me all sorts of names and then go around talking shit about me. And I don't care. They can say whatever they want. To be honest, I don't care. You know? But it's men too. I'm talking because I'm a man. But a lot of women do. A lot of men do the same shit. They want the woman to do everything, pay for the bills because they got a better job than you. Like for instance, if like a guy works, at a place that he doesn't make as much money as her, but the love is strong, and she's an accountant and he's like a bus driver or something. It can still be concrete love there. There can still be an equal give and take, but people think that that relationship will never exist. It does exist. It's just that, the love is so strong that you don't care about each other's money, work, or way of living. Like you love each other so much that that shit's irrelevant. You let other people on the outside judge you. And I know many people like that, that, one person has, and I know people who have great jobs and it's still no love because all you do is work all day and all night. I never forget my sister, my older sister, she's a school teacher, and she has a master's and bachelor's degree, and she married a guy that was an air conditioning guy. He still is. He just did air conditioning, so he didn't really have like a job like my sister. So the priest said to them that, "Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?" Um, so the priest said, "Look, your marriage might not work because you have two different economy, two different incomes, two different like jobs, so you might not work out." And they're the ones who are still together, and my other brother and sister are divorced. But the one that the priest said that was gonna end up getting a divorce or end up not working out is the one that's still working out. My older sister and her husband's been together for over 25 years. I think almost 30 now. Actually, yeah, 30 years. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm ready for you. I knew you needed me. See, I'm only here early because the weather is ridiculous outside. I can't do anything outside. So it's frustrating. I'm outside. I mean, outside it's 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's raining. It's been really shitty weather yesterday and today. Last night I barely got any sleep because the wind and the rain was like banging up against the damn shutters and walls. And as you can see in the background, we have more rain coming. That red part is like thunderstorms and shit. It's like constant rain and wind. It's annoying. But hey, it's life, you know. Some days it's sunny and nice, and some days you just got to deal with it. But yeah, it's I believe that relationships and marriages don't last sometimes because there is no communication, there's no equal give and take, and sometimes one person gets really comfortable and they don't do anything because the other one keeps doing it, keeps doing it, keeps doing it. And then that person that keeps doing everything and gives it 100% and you're not, that person's gonna get fed up and say, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I can't do it anymore. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing that happened with my brother. He was like always the one who provided, and she was always taking money out, taking money out, taking money out. And they had a joint account. And that joint account went from a lot of money to no money because he married a gold digger. But he was so dumb he didn't realize it until afterwards. You can't marry a hoe and make her a housewife. She's gonna be a wife who takes everything from you and leave you with nothing and go find another guy like she did to go pay her bills. And that's what happened to my brother. After 16 years of marriage, she waited till her boys got to the age where they can wipe their own ass and go get a job. And she was like, yeah, I'm going. And she was with another guy. She cheated on my brother and left the kids and him high and dry with no money because she took everything. So that's his fault. You shouldn't have married a hoe. It's simple. At least you got two good sons out of the marriage, and that's all that mattered. You know, same thing with my youngest sister. She married a guy whose family was wealthy, but he wasn't. He wasted all the money. And same thing, they have a joint account. That's the biggest mistake couples make is having a joint account. No, you have your money, and I have my money, and we pay for shit together. You don't have an account together. Because if one day shit hits the fan, I'm taking my shit and you're taking your shit, and I ain't giving you nothing because there's nothing joint here. We pay for bills jointly, proof of the bills being paid, and that's it. If you got a problem with that, then we are not going to be together. You tell me, oh, babe, you know, I got all this money now, I'm going to put your name on my account. You know, you can. No, no, no. I say, look, babe, I love you, but I love you more if we have a separate account. Look, I'm going to pay for this, this, and this, and you pay for that, that, and that. Is it equal? Okay, cool. That's it. If I go pay for something, you want to pay for half of it, you send the money to my account. We're not going to have a joint account together because that ain't going to work. It's like hell, you're going to spend all my goddamn money or I'm going to spend all of yours. That's not right. And I don't care if the love is strong or not. That's something you should always keep separate. Hell no. Mm-mm. Okay, cool. I just had breakfast. I had a egg, sausage, and cheese croissant. It was good. I actually got a chance to make my breakfast today. I've been so busy every other day, but today I'm home trapped. So, you know. But yeah, every time I talk about relationships, people disappear. You know, they don't like to hear what I have to say because they're like, "Yeah, poor you. That's why you're single." And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. I'm single because I don't want somebody like you that's gonna take my shit and leave, or take my money, fuck me, leave me, and go fuck somebody else and leave me with nothing. You ain't gonna do that to me. I don't care how good the sex is. That shit's never been an issue with me. I don't care. You know, I never let a sexual relationship ruin my life or make me feel like, oh yeah, because I'm getting it all the time or because the sex is great, I'm gonna pay you like a hoe indirectly. Hell no, that's not a relationship. You're just paying. You're just legalizing prostitution in your marriage or your relationship. That's all that is. I've learned a lot in my 46 years of living. And that's why staying single for the past 5, 6 years now, I've been single and it's been a blessing. And I know there's good women out there, but God hasn't given her to me yet because He knows that I need to do what's best for me first. When He wants to bring somebody in my life, I don't pray for it. I don't ask Spirit for it. I don't ask God to bring me no woman. I just tell Him, look, if you want me to be in a relationship and if you want me to be with a woman that needs a man, then you can bring her to me. And if she's forever, bring her. If she's not going to be forever, I don't want her. That's why God ain't bring me no woman, because He knows to find that in a catalog, in the women catalog right now, to find what I want it's very hard to find. And a woman can say the same thing about a man. I'm not bashing a woman at all. I know people are people. There's good women, bad women, good men, bad men. That's life. But if you have a preference and you have like a way of living, then you have to find the right person that suits you. If you've been through hell and back and you're like in your 40s now and you're like fucking giving up like me, then you just wait for the right person or the right person will find you. It's simple. And some people got to go through hell with relationships in order to find a decent person. Yeah, I've seen it happen plenty of times. I know plenty of people. I know a friend of mine, he got cheated on. He was with a woman for like years. He forgave her. Then she went out and did it again. And then he's like, fuck this. And within a year, he found a decent woman and he's with her now for like 3 years now. And he's happy as I've ever seen. Because those things happen. Like, you sometimes you got to go through hell in order to find heaven. Sometimes you got to go through bullshit to find like the right person or the right job or the right career, the right woman, the right man, the right relationship. Sometimes you got to go through bullshit to find everything. It's life. Hey, Charlene, how you been? You good? Yeah, women is paid prostitution. It is. And the same thing with men. A lot of women that have money, they just want, sex from a guy and have a good time, and then that's it. They don't want a relationship. They just want their fix. It's like a drug. Sex becomes a drug to people. Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing great. I'm just here trapped from the weather. It's windy and rainy outside and I can't really do much. So I came on here and see how everybody's doing. We're talking about relationships and things like that. But in my experience over the last 5 years, I know a lot of people that have chosen to stay single, heal, recover, work on themselves, love themselves, self-love, self-care, being selfish for themselves and giving themselves everything they need instead of wanting it from somebody else or trying to make somebody else make you complete. And that's the biggest mistake a lot of people make, is you think that you have to be with somebody in order for you to be complete. Or, oh, I'm lonely. If you're lonely, then do shit. Go out and meet people and be with your family. Go get a pet. Go do whatever you want. If you want to be with a whole pile of people that's going to screw you over all the time, then go for it. But you have to manage your life. You can't get comfortable with disrespect, because then that cycle is going to continue with you. I can't preach that enough to people. Like, you have to understand that not everybody you meet is going to be genuine, truthful, and honest, or if they do, it's going to be a cycle where you go through that person and you're like, oh yeah, finally, I'm with the right person, or then as soon as that argument happens or they show you their true colors, that's it. You're like, yep, I thought this person was decent, apparently not. And people see these movies and these soap operas and these, like, they watch Netflix and they think that, they watch people disrespect each other and do bullshit to each other, and they think that, oh, it's in the movie, so it must be cool. It's okay. I'm going to do exactly what they did in the movies. Cheating is the new norm, and disrespecting your partner is the new norm. And that's the thing to do. Go out and fuck everybody is the new thing. It's always been the thing, but this generation don't care. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go see how many guys I can rack up and go get free lunch, free dinner, free money. Women use their parts for sex to get shit, and rightfully so. If they want to, go for it. Men do it too. It's really, really difficult to find a decent partner or a decent friend, a decent job, a decent co-workers, decent boss, because everybody is never going to be the same. And if you're a decent person, you've got to like set your boundaries because you're a decent person. If you come across to somebody as a decent person, they're either going to one, use you or abuse you, or they're going to like be connected to you because they're also genuine and decent. So you have to cipher out all the negative shit. And unfortunately, that's the way it is now. You have to cipher all the negative to find the positive. And once you find the decent, positive people, then you're good. You just limit yourself. And even those decent, positive people can also change. They can revert to the devil again. They can go right back in that hole of fire where they go negative on you, and you just say, okay, well, I'm gonna eliminate you now. Sometimes you'll find yourself all by yourself, and then you know that God protected you from all the bullshit. And then you work on yourself and you make yourself better. That's my opinion. That's what I've done, and I'm perfectly fine. And always tell the truth. Always say what's on your mind. Always do what's best for you. If you know someone's trying to do bad shit to you, go away. Get away from them. Don't deal with them. The less energy you give negative people, the better it is for you. That's up to you. Only you can make that decision. Only you can make that decision. Boy, it's getting super windy out there. The trees are getting beat up. The trees are nice and green, but tomorrow they'll be brown, getting wind burnt. Boy, it's not easy. It's winter time. Let me see what it says here. Right now, the winds are gusting to 40 miles an hour. So yeah, it's not that great. Weather is crappy. And it looks like we're gonna get some in a few minutes. Looks like we're gonna get some nasty thunderstorms. I can see all red. That's not good. But after that, after about maybe another 2 more hours of this shit, and then it's gonna go away for a while. Looks like it's gonna go away after this. Thank God. Well, it might. Hopefully it misses us. But at least another 2 more hours of rain, it looks. Yeah, it's still hurricane season. Yeah, it lasts to the end of November. It's from June 1st to November 31st. What, November 30th? I mean. So this is like a remainder of a tropical storm that we're getting. It was actually in Miami, in Florida, 2 days ago, and then it worked its way towards here, and it's affecting us. And also in Jamaica, there's like floods and all sorts of bad weather. It's like another storm down there. And I live on top of a hill, so I'm way up high, so the winds are worse up here. Like if it says 40, that means 50 to 60. Like I can't even leave my door or my window open at any time right now because it's like it'll blow the crap out of everything. I had to secure everything outside, put all the pool furniture underneath the porch. I went outside about an hour ago to walk my dog, and there was crap everywhere. Like all the leaves were in the pool. I had to go and take the net and take all the leaves out of the pool. It's such a pain in the ass. But we've had four different tropical storms and hurricanes pass by very, very close. The worst we had was back in September. We got one that came actually right over us, and it was like 90-mile-an-hour winds, and it completely destroyed all the trees around us. People lost electricity for like a couple days. It was pretty nasty. But we're used to it. It happens every year. Like we'll get some, tropical storm, hurricanes pass by, brush by. We had more brush bys this year, and in recent years, one or two will come by. But we had like four. This is the fifth one that's been by this year. That's come close to us and affecting us. But thank God we never got a major hurricane this year. That's the best thing. There was no major serious hurricanes except for where was it? I can't remember now. There was a major hurricane in Mexico. That's what it was. Like last month in Mexico, there was like a huge hurricane that was 150 miles an hour that destroyed everything over there. That was the biggest hurricane of the year. Was over that side. But we're used to it. Like, you know, in the wintertime, which is like now, we'll get like storms like this, but it's just regular shit. But this is actually the remnants of a like a tropical storm that was developing, but it didn't develop enough. It's dying out, so that's good. I always watch the weather because like the weather affects my life with work because I work outside a lot. So I was restoring a cedar door, and I couldn't finish it because of all this weather. The temperature today is 72 right now, currently. 72 degrees. It's supposed to go down to like 67 tonight. But lately it's been kind of like cool here, like 64, 65. It's not bad. Inside my apartment it's cooler because I have my AC on because I can't have my windows open. So I put my AC on to make sure like I'm cool enough in here because if not, like I'll be sweating in here with everything closed. But it's not that bad. Like I have this hoodie on because it's cold in here. But if I go outside, it's not that cold. But usually in Bermuda, where I live here, it's like winter time is the coldest we ever get is like maybe 50 something in January, February. January and February is our coldest months. and that's it. Now I remember last year Christmas, it was 70 degrees and we were outside playing volleyball and we were sweating and we were like having fun, like on Christmas Day last year. It was 70 degrees and we were outside on my sister's lawn, and we set up a volleyball net and we were all playing volleyball like the whole time. We were all sweating and, jumping around and acting crazy with my nephews and everybody. And it's usually not cold at all Christmas time, or now. It's not cold at all. But see, we're usual our usual, all around temperature is 80 degrees or higher. From like from the month of June all the way to October, it's 80 degrees constantly or more, right? At night it doesn't drop down a lot like you guys. Like in the States, it drops down like 20, 30 degrees at night or something like that. Like it'll be 80 during the day and it'll be like 50 something at night or 60 something at night, right? In a lot of places. Here it doesn't do that. It'll be 87 at during the day and it'll be 81 degrees at night. So it doesn't drop down much, you know? So like here we don't get no snow. We don't have no drastic winters. The only drastic weather we get is hurricanes and like brush by hurricanes and storms. That's all. That's the only downfall of being out in the Atlantic Ocean. We're a small place, but we get hit by hurricanes regularly. But it's our houses are like solid concrete. We don't have drywall houses like you guys and things like that. We don't really have nothing like our houses are bulletproof. So any storm that comes here, it's like it's not gonna like destroy our home. You got some pancakes, sausage, and hash browns. Damn, must be nice to be you. Yeah, see, we don't have that here at Age of Aquarius. We don't have like the yeah. It is the perfect temperature, Charlene. It is nice. It's a nice temperature, like 70 degrees, 60 something. I love winter time. This is my favorite time of year. Like November, December, January, and February, because I like to put a hoodie on. I like to feel nice and cool and cozy, and I like all that stuff. But um, summertime is nasty here because it's so humid, it's so hot, and as soon as you walk outside, it's like an oven. And I don't I love summertime, but I don't like to work in it outside is like hell no. But like it's November 18th and I still have my AC on. But last week I didn't have my AC on because it was so nice and cool. I had all my windows open, my doors open, and then poof. Today it's back up to 70 something degrees. The humidity's 88. I can't have my windows and doors open because of the weather, so I put on my AC. And I set my AC to like 70 degrees and then it's perfect. It's nice and cool in here, but the humidity here is ridiculous. Like right now, the humidity is 88%. So, that's why I have my AC on because it's not exactly cool. It's hot, but not hot, but like humid. It all depends. Like I said, like in the next 2 days, it can go back up to 70 something degrees here and it'll be sunny and hot and everybody will be like, what the hell is going on here? Like that's what the weather is like here. Like it'll in November, like this month, it's already been up in the high 70s. So and people are like, wow, what a beautiful day in November. It's just crazy. Like people were posting up on social media. I can't believe it's 77 degrees November 2nd or 3rd it was. I can't and everybody was like at the beach and chilling out and walking around and doing things. And I'm like, yeah, enjoy it while you can, because we're not gonna get that too much times. But then last Christmas it was 70 degrees and it was fine. It's weird. It's so weird. But that's how it is here. We're an island. We're in the middle of the ocean. So we get good weather. So we don't have like crazy winters where it's cold and we're like, oh my god. Yeah, me too. I don't mind. Oh, 42 degrees. Yeah, that's too cold for me. Like when I travel to Boston in the winter time, like I usually go to Boston around this time or like February for my birthday. And when I go out there for a couple days, I have to like take all my winter clothes. I actually like I'm barefooted right now, but like out there, I have to wear like socks, sneakers, track suits or whatever, and wear like a undershirt, a shirt, and a hoodie. One of those woolly hats. That shit's cold for me. I can't handle that shit. When I go outside, I'm like, holy shit! I can't wait to get inside. And then you come around like a building where you get that wind chill, and it strikes you, and you're like, oh boy. The coldest I've ever witnessed was probably in Boston and in Rochester, New York. I went to Buffalo one year, and I was like doing DJing and stuff. I had like a huge jacket on, and I was so cold. My lips were like going purple, and my friend was laughing. He goes, You're not used to this." I said, "Yeah, we don't have this type of shit like below 10 and all that crap." And I walked outside, and we couldn't even see the car; it was covered in snow. So we had to like spend the night at my friend's basement on a couch. Like we were all like just waiting for like the snow to stop and we can go on the road. So we got up like the next day, and like we the sun came out and the snow melted, and then we drove off and we went back to Rochester. But that's probably the coldest I've ever witnessed in my life. I was like, hell no. It's like below whatever. I can't remember what it was, but it's below zero. And the snow was like my whole arm length. It was like about 3 feet of snow on the road. We couldn't even see anything. They were like, "Hey, Mark, you like it?" I'm like, "Hell no." And I was like, "Yeah, this isn't Bermuda." I said, "No, I'm not coming out here winter time ever again. This is too much for me. I can't handle that." And then in Boston, I was there on my birthday. I would say about 10 years ago. I'll never forget it. We were like, the people at the hotel said, "We don't advise you go outside. It's really bad out there." And we're like, "Yeah, we want to like go somewhere and get something to eat." He's like, "There's nothing open." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "We're gonna just go for a walk." So we went for like a 10-minute walk around the block and came back, and our lips were like purple, and we couldn't even talk. We were like completely frozen. I was like, "Hell no." I was like, "No, no, I'm not coming out here no more." I went back inside, and my friend literally sat on like the heater, like the sat like near the heater because he was shivering like he couldn't handle it. Because we're not used to that. See, our bodies, our bodies aren't used to like below zero temperatures. Our body's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah, Buffalo was nasty when I went that year. I've lived in Bermuda my whole life. I was born and raised here. I've been here all my life. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love living here. It's a beautiful place. All my family's here, pretty much. Not all of my family, but majority of my family's here. My immediate family, all my friends. I have a business here, so I'm not going nowhere. So I love being here. It's the best place to be, in my opinion. We all say that because we live in our homes. We live where we want to live. But Bermuda is a beautiful place. It's just very expensive. And if you don't work, you're going to be screwed. But that's anywhere in the world, pretty much, unless you have a handout. But yeah, my parents came here 60 years ago from Portugal because my grandfather and grandmother were already here. Like my family was here, my ancestors were here like 100 years ago, and then they would go back to Portugal and then come back, and then they finally, the government gave them, status and residential, whatever it is, paperwork, and they ended up living here for the rest of their lives. So my family's been here for over 100 years. My grandpa, grandma. I have an uncle here, but the rest of my family is in Portugal. Not too many of them left now. I only have one uncle left in Portugal that's living, and an uncle and aunt in Toronto that's living. Everybody else has passed away. And I have an uncle and aunt here. That's it. But I had a big family. My mom had a lot of sisters and brothers. My grandma had like 14 siblings. So like there's a lot of people. And a lot of my family went to California to live. I have family in Boston and I have family in California. Like my ancestors and family, like they're all spread out. So it's Portugal, Bermuda, California, and Boston is where my family are right now. They're in little bits and pieces all over the place. I'm yet to go to California. That's the only place I haven't been. So I've been saying it for a long, long time. Uh, to go to California one day, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go probably next year. I'm probably gonna go for like 2 weeks. If I'm gonna go that far, I'm gonna go for like 2 weeks and make sure like I go check all my ancestors and my friends and family. Find out where they worked, and contact some of my cousins out there, see what's going on, and visit all my friends because a lot of people from California come in my chat room. I have tons of friends from California that come in here. So I would like to go visit all of them and hang out with everybody and also like see where my family resided out there. My grandfather's brother, he he was in California and him and his wife had a few children, and now their children are like um, maybe in their 70s, and now they're no children no more, but their children are now older, and they have kids and grandkids. So I don't know who they are. I've never met them. I met his daughters and my grandfather's brother's daughters, like his nieces, and came to Bermuda one year. We met them. But that was like 40 years ago. So they have children, and they have grandchildren. So I would like to meet all of them one day and get to know my cousins that I don't know. So it'll be nice to go to Cali and see my family and see people that I've never met and just say, "Hey, look, I'm your family. You're your grandfather, and your father is my grandfather's brother. So let's all hang out and get to know each other." I would love to do that, but I have to find out where they are. I don't know if they're still there, but I have the address, so I'll be able to find out where they are or find out what their, I know their names and things like that. So I'll find out. Even if I don't find them, I just want to go to California anyway and just like visit everybody and see what it's like out there. Everybody says it's beautiful out there and it's such a nice place, so I want to go. I have a few friends that have been out there, and I'm yet to go, but I'm gonna go next year, hopefully. That's my goal is to go out there at one point. Yeah, I think majority of the people are like that. They have everybody migrates to other countries and places to make their life better, or they marry somebody in another country or state, and it goes from there. So that's how it is. People here in Bermuda, like, they don't like that foreigners come here and buy houses and work here, and they have this stupid mentality where it's not okay for you to come here and take our work and take our land and live here and work here, but it's okay for them to go somewhere and do it in another country. Like, people here are hypocrites. But that's everywhere in the world. But I'm just like speaking from like people here. They don't want like people from other countries to come here. But it's okay for you to go to the United States and go to college and get a and make a and get an education and come back here and make money. It's okay for you to do that, right? Because Bermuda doesn't have like decent colleges for you to like advance your life. So do you ever think about that? That's what I want to ask a lot of these idiots. Like you don't want immigrants to come here or people to come take your job that you don't want to do, but it's not okay for you to go to another country and get it's okay for you to go to another country and get an education and come back. Ask yourself that, you know. You're going to be in that country for a couple years in Canada, the United States, or England. You're going to go to those places to college to better your life and come back home. So it's not okay for a person to come here for a couple years and make money and go back to their homeland. Like that's what I ask people. Like I'm like, you guys are hypocrites because you do it every day. It's just like stupidity from people overall. You know, a lot of Bermudian people here are stupid. They're just, they don't want like Filipinos, Jamaicans, Portuguese people, or any type of like race to come here outside of Bermuda to take, jobs and to do this. But the reason those people are here is because Bermudians don't want that job. Same thing in the United States. That's why when you go to like Dunkin' Donuts or you go in the mall to a food court, you see Asians, you see Pakistanis, Indians, because Americans don't want that job. They'd rather like, make their, make a better living because they don't want to be behind some fucking register talking about give me number 3 and a coffee and how many sugar. They don't want that shit. Nobody wants that life. And if they do, it's only a selected few people. So the jobs you don't want, we have to get someone else to do it. And they're happy doing it because they can't make that money in their country. It's the way the world is. Get over it. That's what I want to just like say at the top of the mountain. Like, get over it. Every place in the world has immigrants. Every place in the world has other people that come to your country. Duh. Yeah, exactly. It's ignorant and prejudice. Yeah, exactly. And it's just their mentality is ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, and that's how a lot of things are here in Bermuda. Like a lot of Portuguese people are here. So they say, oh, go back to Portugal, but go back home. And then the Portuguese people say, well, go back to Africa to the black people. And they say to the white people, oh, go back to America, go back to Canada, go back to England, blah, blah, blah. And then the Portuguese people will be like, oh, well, a Portuguese guy founded Bermuda. So go F yourself and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of like stupidity, like back and forth, dumb shit that shouldn't exist. The world is full of everybody. So just get along and shut up and just work and just do your thing. It's not none of your business, what people are doing. Who cares if they're from another country? Don't you go on vacation to their country and eat their food and go on a plane and then go give them, pay for things in their country? Like, what is wrong with you people? It's so dumb. Like people here are like really bad at that. They constantly complain. Oh, this Filipino is here taking my job. Okay, well, when this guy's contract comes up, right, where he has to get renewed, and if they can't find a Bermudian, then they're going to renew his contract, and he's going to stay for another year. So why don't you go apply for his job now? So that way, when it comes to the time, you can get his job and he can go back home if it bothers you so much. And when I say that, like I'm the worst person in the world to these people. They're like, oh, look at you. You're Portuguese. Your parents came here. And I'm like, yeah, my grandparents have been here for 100 years, longer than you've been born and your family's been born, you moron. Where the hell do you think you came from? You think you were born under a rock in Bermuda because you're black, white, or you're whatever? You don't earn the country you're in. You come to a country to make your life better, and you work because you were born here. And that's what I tell people, like, because they judge me sometimes, and they're like, oh, your parents are not from here, so you're not really Bermudian. I said, well, guess what? When I turned 18, the government sent me a paper to enroll in the army, and I had no choice but to go to the army because it was mandatory. When you're in, for men, when you reached 18, if there's nothing wrong with you, you were healthy, and you weren't going to college like me, you got enrolled into the army, and you had to be there for 3 years, and you had to go. You can't say I can't go, and if you say you can't go, then you go to jail. So I had to go to the army. It's not mandatory now, and hasn't been mandatory because Bermudians like voted against it because everybody was mad that you had to go to the army. Like that's bullshit. And we're not in war with anybody anyway. And if there was one bomb, will blow us to pieces because we're like a little rock in the middle of the ocean, you know. So I had to go to the army. I was forced to go, and I did go, and I went for 3 years, from 18 to 21. I was in the army. So what I tell people is, I served my country. I had to go to the army, unlike you. And I'm a Bermudian. I was born and raised here. I don't give a fuck if I'm Portuguese or I came from Portuguese people. I served in it for my country, which I was born in. Did you? And they just leave me alone and they shut up. That's how I get people. I'm like, do you know who I am? When I was 18, I had to go to the army. Did you? You didn't? Oh, you lucky you. Well, guess what? I did. And I served my country. And that's how I had to get my status to be a full Bermudian, and I served my country. So you can't talk to me about being a full Bermudian because I am. I don't give a shit what you say. So people leave me alone when I say that to them. They're like, yeah, whatever. But you're like, to them, you have to be like a certain race in order to like be a full Bermudian. Are you listening to yourself? Wherever you're born, that's where your nationality and where you're from. It doesn't matter what your background is. Where you're born is where you're born. You're born in Bermuda, you're a Bermudian. You're born in America, you're an American. You can change your status as you go or whatever. It all depends on how long you live in a place, right? But people are so stupid. They just like they have no clue. Yeah, exactly. Right. But the thing is here in Bermuda, the people who don't work and don't do nothing are the ones who play victim and cry. But there's tons of jobs for you to get, but you don't want it because you don't want to work. Or you just think that you're entitled to everything. I've had a business for 16 years and I've hired four guys in the past 16 years, and each of them lasted a little while. None of them lasted more than a year because they come to work when they want. Some of them were on their cell phones all day. As soon as I left to go get materials, they'll be on their cell phones. They didn't do any work when I left. They dragged their feet. They say they knew how to do things and they didn't. They just wanted a paycheck. And then when I, gave them work and did things for them, and some of them didn't even have money. I had to give them money like almost every other day so they can live because they didn't have any money. And what boss does that? What person would do that? I mean, like, then I got to the point where, look, Friday, you get paid. In between that, I don't give a shit how you live your life. It's not my problem. So they left. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not paying you every day. What the fuck you think I am, a bank? Are these people that I'm working for paying me every day? So they have this stupid mentality that, oh, because you have a business, you're rich and you have to give me money because you need me. So I proved to all of them that I don't need you. I work by myself, for myself, and it's enough money for me. And you can rot in hell. I don't care. It doesn't make no. I'm not gonna like feel sorry for you because you have a shitty life because you choose to. I gave you a job. You should be happy. And now you don't want to. Oh well, then goodbye. And now I work for myself, by myself, and I don't want absolutely no like workers at all. My dog's over here snoring loud. If you hear anything, it's her. Yes, Anna. Yes. So yeah, Age of Aquarius. People my age, like they're fed up because they're sick and tired of hearing people talk about irrelevant things and things that are important, they neglect. But the things that are not important, like worrying about somebody coming to your country and taking a job, they're not taking a job. Your government signed the contract for that person to come through the airport to take your job. So take it up with the government, not that person. You shouldn't have a personal vendetta against somebody that wants to better their life and come to your country. You got to blame your government for signing the contract. You got to blame immigration. Go blame them. And while you're there, apply for the same job that you're crying about. That's my advice to people who are ignorant that see that way. And my dad says the same thing. He says, you don't blame the person for coming here to better their life. Blame the government for signing the papers. Blame immigration for bringing them here and not hiring you. And then when they hire you, you work when you want and do what you want. Whereas that person from away is going to come every day because they need the money more than you do. And they want to work because they when their country is like shit. So that's why they come here. But people don't get it. It's sad. People really don't understand the whole concept of why people come to your country to better their life because they have an opportunity. The job is on the internet, you know? Immigrants want it. People wanted to do this job in Bermuda because Bermudians don't want to do it. Americans don't want to do it. Asians don't want to do it. This person don't want to do it. Okay, so there's millions of jobs out there. Go find one. Get one. There is jobs out there. My sister was unemployed for 5 months. She left the job of her life because of her divorce. Took 5 months for her to get her dream job. She went through tons of interviews. She was overqualified for some. Was not willing to. Some places were not willing to pay her the money she wanted. Then 5 months later, she gets this job through a friend, and she's been there for 2 weeks, and she's happy as ever. But it took time, and they could have got a person from another country to do it, but they chose a Bermudian. They chose my sister. Thank God. And she got a great job. She got the job of her dreams. Well, and it took her a long, long time to get it because she's going 43. And now at her age, she's finally got a decent job, a good high paying job that she's qualified for and she's very good at. So sometimes life does that. You go through a lot of bullshit to get to where you are. Same thing with me. When I was 29 years old and I was going 30, I was fed up. I got tired of making everybody else rich. I got tired of working for everybody else. I had, tools, I had a van, I had everything I needed to start my business. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to start my business. I'm going to do it now. And I did it. And I'm still doing my business 16 years later. And every year is different. Sometimes I make a lot of money, a lot of work. Sometimes I hardly make any money, or I just make, ends meet. And sometimes it's like I can't even breathe. I got too much damn work where I need to hire somebody or like do this and do that. It's life. Not every day is going to be the best day. Not every year is going to be a good year for business. Just like COVID, last couple of years, it was bad for a lot of people and good for others. People got to understand it's life. Get over it. Stop complaining. Give thanks that you have your health. Give thanks you have a roof over your head, electricity, running water, and you can live your life. What the fuck is your problem? Like, stop complaining. Stop bitching and moaning about shit you can't change, or stop bitching and moaning that you can't change your own life. Like, you have to make life better for you, not for everybody else. And you just be thankful you're healthy to work and healthy to live. Would you rather be in a hospital for months, or would you rather like be unemployed for months? You know? If you hear snoring, it's my damn dog in the background. She sleeps all day and all night. It's not me making noises. Hey, I'm live, yeah? Go snore later on tonight. She's something else. But yeah, I can talk about that subject forever. I don't get mad about it anymore because I know like how people are. But I think people are ungrateful in this world and in this life. It's really sad that how ungrateful people are and how much of complainers people are. Health is wealth. Health, if you're healthy and you're okay, you're blessed. You have no idea how lucky you are to not be in a hospital bed or have a disease. If you can work and you're physically okay, you should be happy. You're blessed. There's people out there who have nothing. Look at all the people going through war in Israel and Gaza and all those places. You'd rather be out there with no freaking home and no life and hearing bombs go off every day? And then you want to sit here and complain about somebody coming to your country to take your work? Well, then go out there then. That's why like I get irritated with people who constantly complain about life. Man, your life is perfectly fine compared to everybody else's. And there's always somebody worse than you. Always. But hey, what do I know, right? I've only been living in the world for 46 years. I don't know anything. I'm having Anna, did you? Okay, yeah, I just got it. You just donated? Okay, thanks. Yeah, exactly. With victim mentality. I know a lot of people like that, and it pisses me off that you're playing victim, but you have everything that other people don't have. Anna, you said my mom passed away in January. I am curious if you can connect. All right, I can check that for you. I got a few women here in spirit. So if your mom has like her grandmother and like a sister, it's like three different women I got. There's one woman who has like a ponytail, another woman who has glasses and curly hair, and there's another woman with brown hair that's straight to like right here. There's like three different women around you right now and around your mom. Hmm. Like she wants you to hmm, she wants you to accept the fact that she's gone, and like move on from it and be okay with it and just know that she wants you to like understand that things happen for a reason in your life. She wants you to continue to be mature, act your age, be bold, be courageous. She wants you to be victorious. Like she's putting up her hands and say, look, go for what you want, do what you have to do. If you feel stuck right now, or you feel like someone's disrespected you, like don't keep that to don't keep the negativity cling to your heart so much, is what she's telling me. Like she says that you could have been hurt from a man or hurt from a person, and this person was very like bad to you, but you shouldn't like think about it anymore. Like move on from it, like heal yourself, accept the fact that people will never understand you or the situation. She wants you to be like selfish for you, like do what's best for you and continue to be mature and attain your goals. She wants you to do everything you possibly can to make your life better, you know. She says you might have like a person around you, where this person like helps you and uh, has a very dominant personality and guides you through life and helps you. Could be your dad, could be a brother, could be like a male figure in your life that she's happy this person's around you helping you. I feel like she hangs around you, at your home wherever you live. Like she hangs around you. Um, like she doesn't want you to like feel like you owe her anything. You don't. She says that maybe sometimes like you'll be looking at yourself in the mirror, combing your hair or brushing your hair or whatever, and you might shed a tear or you start thinking of what life would be like if you did this or you did that or you made a mistake or you like she doesn't want you to have regrets. Um, I get that full image in my brain, like of her looking at you, look at yourself in the mirror, and sometimes you might, be too hard on yourself, and she doesn't want you to do that. You know. Like I don't know if there's like a man around you, like, or you might, I don't know if you're divorced or you're like you had like a bad relationship. But she said that new possibilities and new acquaintances, new people will enter your life in the next 4 months. You'll get, or for the past 4 months or the future 4 months, you'll have people enter your life where they're going to become new acquaintances, new lovers, new relationships, new friendships, new alliances, like people that are going to help you. Especially people that are older than you will help you, more and more. My plans today are just to be, to chill out because the weather's so bad. So I'm just here like online right now, and then after this, I'm gonna like wash some clothes and clean my apartment and stuff like that. I gotta go pick up my nephew in like an hour or so from his volleyball game, but I'll be here chilling on and off. I might come online numerous times. So Anna, I don't know if this makes sense. You're not saying anything, but if you can confirm whatever I said or if this makes sense. So just let me know, if that's the case. But there's a few women around you and your mom. So maybe your mom, like I know I can see your mom and I can see two other women around her. Could be like her sister, could be like her mother or her grandmother. But one of them looks like 50ish years old, and the other ones are like up there in age, like a lot older. I can see their faces, but I can't see their bodies. But they're showing me that they're around you. I believe like she spends time in your kitchen. Like if you have like a wooden table with wooden chairs or whatever, like I can see like a kitchen area where she hangs out. It might not be your house, but it could be like where she resides. Like there's a place where I'm getting like chills all over my body now. Fuck. It's like she is in an area where like a confined small area. It's not very, it's like this room like this, not very big, but there's like a table and some chairs. and it looks like a kitchen. So I can see like a window and like a thing. And she's like sits there a lot and hangs out. So this could be your place or somebody else's place or where she used to live. It makes sense 1,000% good. I'm glad. I get all good energy with her. Like she doesn't look at you in a bad way. She just wishes that you won't be hard on yourself and don't like hold any like don't hold any grudges against yourself, not others, but to hell with people who disrespect you. But like she just wants you to like have the understanding that this whatever happened in your life is happening for a reason. And don't worry, like you have a spirit army around you. You have like an aunt, grandma, your mom. Like these ladies are very powerful. Like all three of them are together. All three of them are together and they want to help you as much as they can. And like I said, they all hang out at this table and they chill out. So if you're like a person that likes to be in the kitchen cooking, then they're there watching you cook and they're watching you like they're there with you. They feel comfortable with you. Okay, Age of Aquarius, no problem. Thank you. So that's pretty much like what I get for you. So you have the power around you of spirit, and your mom is there. And like I said, these other two women, I don't know who they are, but even if you didn't meet them or don't know them, it doesn't matter. They're still there with your mom. Your mom bring them along. So usually that happens. There's multiple people around you, and all three showed up at one time. They're all at a table, a wooden table with wooden chairs, and it looks like a kitchen area where they all hang out together. Okay, well that makes perfect sense then. Yep. There you go. There you go, Anna. That's perfect. I'm glad you confirmed that. Yeah. Yeah, right now. Yeah, they're all there, all three of them. There's one lady who has her hair pulled back into like a ponytail type of thing. She's younger, like she might have died young, like 50 something, and she might have smoked or whatever, but like she's kind of like looking at me and like waving at me and stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" She wants to be like recognized, and I'm like, "Okay, hi," you know. But she seems like she was hardcore or funny, like, and like I can see her like smoking or something, or like she's got something like, and like it's like she's got her hair pulled back into like a ponytail. I don't know who that is, if you know who that is, but she seems like a character because she's making herself known to me. Like she almost said to me, "Thanks for saying my age," like sarcastically. Because I can see, but I can see them, but like I don't know what their age is. Like it's hard to tell sometimes. You're welcome. I'm glad that helped you. And like I said, there's more than one. You know. It could be like a friend of like your mom's or something that she worked with. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you know. Like because we don't know all our ancestors, it's impossible. I wish I knew my grandfathers. I never, saw them, right? But it's like it's not red, but like brownish, you know? It's like a really it's not red, but like almost reddish brown. Like, yeah. I mean not red, but like brownish. But I think she's a friend of your mom's that either worked with her or like knows her because they can all link up in spirit and have fun with each other, you know? I keep telling people like you're always going to meet your friends, your family, and if you don't know who it is, then that doesn't matter. Like it's just somebody they hang out with. Could be like a friend that she lost when she was younger or some shit like that. But I can see her smoking at the table, and she's got like her hair pulled back, and it's in like in a little ponytail. It's not big, it's just a little like maybe 4-inch ponytail, but she's skinny. She's very like I can see her sitting in the chair. She has great posture, and she's skinny. She's very slim, and she seems like one of those people that smoked but didn't eat much. But she seems like a hilarious type of person. Like you can see she's up to like mischief. Okay, well there you go. Yeah. So I mean, another thing like I can say about spirit is sometimes they want to look like they used to look. So if they died at like 80 years old and they were all wrinkled up and fucked up, they don't want you to look at them like that. They're going to give you an image of what they look like when they were 50. So it's hard, like, because we change our appearance, but sometimes spirit wants to look a certain way. Like they give, like, spirit shows images of and symbols, right? So they're showing me an image where all three of them are in a kitchen on a table and they're smoking. And this woman is like, I would say like about 50 something years old. And she has like brown, dark, like a darkish reddish brown hair. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't like I said, I don't get any like I don't get any bad things. If she had like a heart attack or a stroke, then I felt like her chest pain of how she died. Like if she died with like some internal things in her chest, then it's probably that's who I felt at first. But they're all okay because they don't have physical strain anymore. They don't have physical stress or physical pain. They're in spirit, they're always going to be fine. But if she had a problem with your life, she would tell me. But she thinks that you're hard on yourself, like you're too hard on yourself, or you hold that grudge against yourself for like your life and how it panned out. So she doesn't want you to feel regretful or feel like that way. You know what I mean? So she just wants you to feel better and be better. She's fine because she's got like these people around her. She's got these other ladies around her. So she's perfectly fine. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Mm. And listen, let me tell you something before I move on to the to Age of Aquarius. In a conclusion to this reading, right? I want you to know something. You're never alone. Spirit's always there and God's always around you. If you're a person who believes in God, God's always around anyway. His spirit is contagious. God is water, God is everything. So if you believe in God, God's always going to protect you with spirit because he can't do everything. So he sends the dead, the spirit to us because he knows that we need you, that we need them. It's just life. That's the way it is. That's my opinion, obviously. People can believe whatever they want. But if I can see your mom and these people around you, then that's your confirmation. You're never alone. But you can talk to them. My advice is you can talk to your mom. You can say, hey, mom, you're not crazy for doing it because it's a spirit. You talk to God. People talk to God every day, right? Oh, please, God, help me. Please, God, this. Please, God, that. Please, Jesus, this. You're talking to spirit too. God and Jesus is spirit, just like your dead family. Their spirit. You could talk to them and ask them and talk to them every day. It doesn't matter. You don't need me to translate everything. Well, you do to a certain way, but you can always talk to them. You can always say, "Hey, mom, I hope you're proud of me. I hope you're here. You can hang out in my kitchen. Mark told me you're here with your friends or whatever, or our family. Please, you're more than welcome to hang out in my kitchen. You're welcome to hang out with me. You're always welcome in my home. You welcome spirit, but you have to welcome in, the people that you know. You know what I mean? You just don't say, come in, everybody." That's not going to be the right thing to do. But you can talk to your mom in spirit. I tell people that all the time. I talk to my friends and family in spirit all the time. And even if you don't get a response, they're here. They can hear you. Hey, Santina, how are you, sweetheart? How you been? So they're with you, and spirit's always going to be with you. Always. It's without a doubt. So I always suggest to everyone, when I do mediumship for someone, I always tell people, look, I can see and talk to them, but you can do it too. You can do it too. Right. But see, that's the thing. That's why she said what she said to you, to me, because she doesn't want you to feel regrets and feel like you have to keep. See, you really messed up some things, but she knows that she's not perfect either, and neither is anybody. So she wants you to know to stop being so shallow, stop being so like, you know, like regretful. And you did some things, yes, okay, but so you can make it better now with her help. If she's around you, that means that she doesn't hold it against you. Now, sometimes spirit says, I'm not going to be around my daughter or my son because they're toxic. I can't even look at them. They disgrace me. And I feel like spirit does that. Because spirits told me, like, look, they're not doing the right thing, and I don't even want to be in their home. Until they get their shit right, I'll help. And how would you feel if your son or your daughter did some dumb shit or is still doing dumb shit? Are you, as a spirit, gonna want to be around them to look at them? Hell no. I wouldn't either. So spirit is only gonna be around you to help you, not destroy you, unless they want to. But spirit is more powerful than human force, the human life. Trust me, spirit. There's more people in spirit than there is living in this world. People just don't understand that spirit is like the more powerful thing in the world. There's more dead people and more spirits in the world than there is living. And that's a fact of life. You know? So you got to watch out because they'll come back and they'll make your life miserable or they can make your life really good. So if you're not doing the right thing, they're not happy, but they will help you if needed. They'll nudge you in the right way. You're welcome, no problem. All right, Age of Aquarius. She said, I just want to know if my ex is reaping his karma and paying the price and karma for all his dishonesty. I need to know that he is living in misery and regret. Listen, I know that we all want people to live their karma. But my advice for like people who do that to you, what you have to tell yourself, even if you believe this or not, because that person lost you, that is their biggest karma. Because they'll never find nobody like you ever again. You are their karma. You are their regret. And you are the reason why they're misery. They're miserable because they no longer have you in their life. Especially if you was 100% dedicated to them and they disrespected you. Without you in their life, that is their karma because they lost a great person. That's how you have to look at it. It's their loss, not yours. You see, you lost a piece of shit. You lost a person that was trash. You lost a person that disrespected you. You lost a person that was no good for you. That's why their acts or their whatever they did to you. So you got to look at it as their karma is now not having you in their life. You got to put yourself on that pedestal and say, you know what? Without me, you're fucked. Without me, you don't have a decent person. You'll never have nobody like me. And that already is their karma. That's how you got to look. That's how I look at it. If somebody disrespects me and they don't have me in their life anymore, you will miss me. You will wish you had me in your life, and you will wish that I still was in your life, and you're going to wish that you never disrespected me. Because you'll need me before I need you. And if you live that life and live that mentality that I just said, then you don't even care if they're getting karma in other angles. You see what I mean? I feel like, he's struggling with life, you know. And just like I said, your ex is not happy. He has lack of friendship. He's really petty. His family doesn't even want to deal with him. And if he deals with his family, especially his mom or sister or whatever, any woman in his life, he has differences of opinion. He's really petty. He constantly fights and argues with the people around him. There's a woman around him that's very unstable and she's resisting his conflict and resisting his life and not going to help him. You know, right now he has bad luck. He's definitely not doing good in business and in work and in money. You know, he feels let down. He feels like he let down people around him. So his life isn't going that great. He's trying to resolve his problem, but there's a woman around him, like his mom or sister, that he's close to, but they're hesitant about helping him because they know they're never gonna get the shit back. You know? Yeah, exactly. So that is automatic karma. Do you know how many people I've looked in their face and said, you know, you disrespecting me, you treated me like shit, you want to disrespect me? Well, guess what? You will need me before I need you because I'm independent. I don't need nobody. All I need is God to put me in the right places at the right time, and I don't give a shit about you. You will always need me before I need you. And if you live and die by that motto and that saying, you're unstoppable. Trust me. I've lived that life for many years. And even if you don't want to say you'll need me before I need you, that's okay. That's just what I say, you know, because that's how I am. I'm a person that always helps everybody, but don't disrespect me because I won't help you no more. And then when it comes to something breaking down and you know I can fix it or you know you needed me, guess what? You ain't getting me no more. And that's your karma. You should have never disrespected me, you know? But I do see your acts around women, like I said, family members or like friends, women friends he has that's trying to help him, but he won't help himself. And he's going through a lot of conflict. He has a lot of conflict with people, with friends, family, especially women. And he has no like love in his life. The only thing he's trying to do that's positive is trying to resolve problems. You know. Well, that's why. Well, if they pass, then they're basically here saying we can't help him and we ain't gonna help him because he ain't helping his damn self. They're trying to put him in the right place, is what I think. Because I got two women here, and these women are not happy with him. They're not helping him because he don't want to help himself. Because maybe if he has a family, if he has kids or anybody like that, and he's disrespected them, then they are not gonna help him because he won't help himself. But if he's the type of person where he doesn't get along with his family ain't gonna like help him because they're like, yeah, you're useless, you're an idiot. So he's getting his karma, and he is, not changed. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's confirmation. He's constantly in rage and conflict with his family. He has no family life. Yeah. See, I get all bad cycles, bad work. I don't think like if he's working, he's not happy at his job. His finances is not good. He has a lot of bad luck and he's going around and around in circles. He tries something and then it goes right back to shit again. He'll start something and it'll go right back and kick him in his ass. So confirmation that nothing's going good for him. But it's not because he's getting karma. He is getting karma, but he is his own karma. You see what I mean? He doesn't want to better his life. And it shows it right here. Everything that's around family, friends, work, money, everything is like, and people on the outside looking in are like, why are we going to help you if you're going to continue to disrespect us and put us in bad situations? We can't trust you. Oh, okay. Well, that must be the women, because I get women in his life, a lot of women here. So his daughter's yeah, and not talking to him. So there you go. See, there's conflict within family. Nobody gives a shit about him because he's not changing his life, and they can't trust him. I got the Ten of Cups reversed twice, and that means, right, unhappiness in family matters, pettiness, rage, conflict. That means bad family vibes. You know. And I think one of these women have tried to help him, but they don't want to help him because they know that there's an ulterior motive. You know, like if you help this guy, if you help this guy, he's gonna take the help and never return it. So that's why nobody wants to help him. Yeah, he's self-employed. So if he's self-employed, he's not really, business isn't going that much that good. Like he's going through like a bad cycle right now. But I do see some of his friends helping him. Like his true friends and friends that know him and know he ain't gonna change, like they help him a bit. Yeah. Like he might have like a really good friend that like is almost like him or like helps him just to like, and he does things for that friend because he knows that's the only person that will help him and help him back. So his limitation for help is like, no, he's not gonna really help anybody unless they really, really, like a guy that's in his life that helps him, maybe like a business partner or somebody that he works alongside, subcontractor type guy that helps him. But it's not nothing like serious help. It's just something to get him over. Yeah, so nothing good there, Age of Aquarius. So he doesn't seem that nobody gives a shit about him. And rightfully so, he doesn't deserve any type of help for what he's done to people. And if you have daughters and you neglect them, then fuck you. I don't have no respect for any man like that. Just give me a second. I'm just gonna answer this message here on my phone. Just give me 1 second. All right, I just had to listen to a voice note that my sister sent me because I gotta go pick up my nephew. So I gotta get off of here, and I'm gonna go pick up my nephew in a few minutes. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, his family. Yeah, I can see that family. The family card came up twice there, and his family doesn't give a shit about him. Like they know that if like he's the type of person right now that has no credibility. If he comes and says, "Hey, can you help me out?" They're like, no, we're not helping you because we did in the past, and you still owe me, or you still like don't care about us. You only need us when you call us. You only want us when you need us, like type of thing. Yeah. But Age of Aquarius, I want you to tell yourself this. You are his karma. If you want to believe that or not. Without you, he got karma. He's getting karma because he lost a good person. He lost a person that truly believed him and helped him. And some people can, that when they leave a person like you, their negativity builds because they made a mistake. They fucked up. They went against what God had planned for them. And that's their fault, not yours. That's their problem, not yours. So yes, he is getting karma. He is suffering. He is like, getting his karma. But I would say leave that in God's hands. I know it's I know sometimes people like yourself and myself, I can't deny it. I want people to get karma for disrespecting people. I want them to get karma, but I don't wish it on them. Sometimes I do when I'm mad. But at the end of the day, I know God sees and hears what I don't, and He'll deal with it. Spirit will get them. So I don't really care whether it's today, tomorrow, it'll happen. People get their karma. My mom always says, and she's right, you pay here before you go. And if you don't, you know where you're going. Down. You're welcome, Anna. I appreciate you donating and confiding in me. Just know that you can always talk to your mom and whoever you want. When you're in the kitchen, talk. When you're cooking, just say, "Hey, mom, I know you're here. Mark said you're here. I love you, and I'm gonna try to be a better person for you and for myself. I know that maybe you might be disappointed in me, but I'm gonna, please help me as much as you can. Show me signs, show me symbols, show me something. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, talk to her as if she was right there, which she is, but in real life. It's possible. I think he thinks about it. Age of Aquarius. I think that he does think about contacting you. Yes, and I think that from now to the end of the year, he might contact you on like the holidays and just ask how you are or whatever, or see what you're up to. I think he will contact you. Yes, it's possible. He's thinking about it at least. Whether or not he does, it's still like up to him. But I do get a yes that he will try to. Yeah, especially during like the next 2 months. So that's from now to the end of the year. It's very possible. I got a yes on that. All right, I got to get out of here. I'll be back on later because I have to go pick up my nephew. So I need to go, and I'll be back later. I'm so glad I came on to and talk to you guys and help you guys and all that stuff. I appreciate conversation and stuff like that. I will be back later on at some point in time. Like, I would say like 5 hours from now, I'll be back on because I'm gonna be like trapped home. But I'm gonna go in my car right now to pick up my nephew from his volleyball practice. So I have to go get him. My sister just texted me and told me I have to be there at 1. So I got some time to go there and get him. Alrighty, but I'll be back on later on this afternoon and tonight. I'll be here throughout the day. Alrighty. So I will catch you guys later on. Take care.